But if you are an educated woman, why on earth are you dating and getting pregnant by Quan Main? As the chaotic truth, I don't want you to end up as a 34-year-old at the bar talking about I'm a bad bitch with a cosmopolitan. You look stupid. Period. Point blank.
Wait, chaotic. What do they do?
Go ahead. You want me to show you what they do at the bar? It's
Yeah.
the most 37-year-old with her, sometimes even with her mom. I'm a bad bitch. See, that's what they do. And they think it's cute and it's not. The black friends will tell you to go do something and you do it. Then after you do it and there's a repercussion, then they'll say, man, you shouldn't have did that. Dumb shit. What do you mean men are getting up emotional about having sex? Oh, I feel good now. That's soft shit. That's sucker shit. But in the workplace, I do find it a little bit difficult to actually take the women around me serious enough to do business with in a workplace. Yeah. I'm always thinking, what size is her bra? You know, what color panties she has on. I've always done that. You're in college, you're 19 years old, you're 20 years old, you're majoring in horse shit. I really appreciate your questione. Yeah. Guys, believe it or not, I like tweaking up words. I love it. I love a tweaking up a word. Instead of saying coochie, I like saying words like vajuju, vaginu. I like saying words like that. You know, it sounds less offensive. You know, coochie sounds really derogatory. You know, I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. But yes, I stand by that. Dating white women is like being in heaven every day. There's nothing wrong with what I said, Brandon. I've dated plenty of white women back in the day, and it was literally like heaven every day. Black women have a culture of being combative. Black women are combative. Black women generally are more physically abusive than white women. And there's nothing wrong with me saying that. If you're going to be struggling, be by yourself. Don't bring any other people into this fucking world. That cussing thing should have came on right when I said fucking, but don't bring anybody into this world. Instead of saying Negro, you know, I'm trying to get into YouTube's good graces. So I think I'm gonna substitute the word Negro with let's call him Tigro. A Japanese woman would never have gotten an attitude if I mispronounced her
I didn't
name.
get an attitude.
Why did you
I
just
just
say
corrected you.
It's Mogulette? Mind you, my parents are educated. I come from a good family, and I'm even acting like one of these niggas. But that's the black community, and these are the things that people get mad at me when I talk about it. But if you are black and you're having a hard time being you may just want to be around white kids or white people. A lot of times you need that white friend. You need that friend that you can just be yourself around. You don't have to put on a show for. If you're an 18 or 22-year-old boy, that female that you're trying to get with, she will age like milk. God made your hand small enough to wrap around a mop. You're supposed to be domestic. You're not supposed to be at the clubs and gallivanting around the streets. You're not supposed to be talking to men when they're talking to their friends and they're fraternizing with their friends. You're supposed to be quiet. You're supposed to be bringing in sandwiches and food and beer to your husband. And mind you, I said husband. You should shame people. You have a right to shame these types of people. What are you having all these kids for, you fuck? Man, what? What'd you say? I said, what are you having all these kids for, you dumb fuck? Black men make up 3% of the U.S. population and commit half the fucking murders. So if I'm saying that maybe it might be a problem with black men in terms of violence, you can't sit up here and say that, oh, you're being toxic. Are you a murderer? Are you like this? Why can't I bring that point up? Well, I'm gonna go to a white panel. I'm out of here. We're animals, we're apes. I know a lot of you don't believe that, but we're apes. So you know when you're at work and your female coworker, she comes in and you never really looked at her all like that, but she comes in and she's showing a little bit of cleavage. Now you start to wonder, how does she look naked?
But being with a white woman is like being in heaven. And then you follow that up by saying black women, and then you follow that up by saying that black women are argumentative, combative, and that type of thing.
Even black women know it. They even tell me that they're combative. My wife does know my feelings on women. I always say that black women, particularly Sudanese women and African American women, are the most beautiful women on the planet in terms of aesthetics. But in terms of the culture of combativeness and attitudes, yes, it is like being in hell sometimes when you are around a black woman. Yes. You go to a white cookout, they have everything there for you. Your black friends invite you to a cookout. Hey man, can you bring the aluminum foil? Y'all ain't got aluminum foil? Now you're led to believe that Harriet Tubman, a 5 foot tall woman with an Elmer Fudd musket, was out here saving human beings, including men. Now I know you guys are gonna say Harriet Tubman was real. She was real, Labuto. How is she real, nigga? You was born in 1994. You gonna tell me about some Harriet Tubman? The Tigro said, What? Man, I would never wear no drawers to play basketball in. I ain't paying $185 to play basketball in. If a nigga, or Tigro, if a Tigro said with my shoes, man, we fighting, man. That don't even sound right. The Negro got mad at my response because I didn't validate his shoes. I just said, oh yeah, I just wear, I'm almost 70 fucking years old. I don't wear tennis shoes, Tigro. Look at my Asics, my dude, my Tigro. Look at my Asics, my Tigger. These Glocktaviuses, these Ty Roaches, whatever you guys want to call them, all they talk about is fucking and hedonistic behavior. Fucking, baby, let's Netflix and chill. You know what I'm saying? Normally, I will go into a restaurant, and any restaurant, especially a nice one, you go to the host. And I would say I would prefer a zone with a non-black woman. And there's nothing wrong with that. Women at your age, you are competing with younger females, and your attitude is not cute right now. These are guys who are weird. These are guys who are fat, slovenly. These are the guys who, on a scale of 1 to 10, these guys physically are like ones. I would never date a fat girl. And then they're fat. I'm too old to have some crazy chick running after me with a damn Ciroc bottle. I've met millionaires that wear casual clothing and flip-flops. Yes. How many African-American millionaires wear casual clothes like that? Because the problem in the black community, I don't mean to say black. The problem in the community, unfortunately, is that we validate each other through clothes. Look at my clothes. I'm going to say nigga this time. Look at my clothes, my nigga. Look at my clothes, my nigga. That's all. We got to stop that shit. When I started my clothing line, t-shirt line, the first person to give me money for my t-shirts was a white Jewish woman. She bought 3 shirts. She gave me $75, and the shirts weren't even worth that much. The only people that gave me drama, the only crabs in the barrel were niggas. Man, I ain't about to wear your shit, nigga. Why would I wear your name on my body? I'm like, you dumb fucking bastard, you're wearing Tommy Hilfiger right now. What do you think about the plight of the white man, Kevin and Sales? The plight of the white man? What the fuck are you talking about? Sir, if you're white in this country and you're a fucking loser, it is something wrong with you. The difference between a white woman and a black woman is a white woman could have schizophrenia, she could have depression. She will be as professional as possible. She will mask it. She will have a smile from ear to ear, regardless. She'll come to you every 5 minutes and ask if you're okay. A black woman, if she has an attitude that day, if she has some sort of mental disorder, she will have it on her face. And again, I'm a paying customer. I don't have time for that. How in the hell was she saving grown ass black men back in the day? Think about your average woman now. Your average woman doesn't even shovel the damn snow. Your average woman now doesn't even like taking out the damn trash. Your average woman now can't even barely lift. Listen, let's be honest. How many women you ever seen are mowing the damn grass? This is what I love about white people. They don't infringe upon my rights. I'm going to
interrupt you right there because
because that's what black people do. Ricardo says Labuto is hated in the black community. Yeah, a lot of black people hate me because they don't understand what I'm talking about. They don't have critical thinking skills. The fact of the matter is that just imagine this. If Pinky or any other porn star or any other prostitute got old, couldn't sell their pussy anymore, and they started writing poetry, and then people are telling you, oh yeah, you need to revere her. I'm like, well, she was a prostitute back in the day. Most black men are typically violent, typically emotional. So it's a part of our ancient DNA. African people have always been tribalistic. We never really had any advanced civilizations in Africa other than like ancient Egypt. We're primitive as a people, and it still carries on to this day. So what he's doing is fine because that's what black men typically do. They don't want to listen to anybody else's opinions, perspectives. You got to remember, Mark, some black people like myself, and even you, Mark, we probably are an outlier. We probably are a genetically superior black than the rest of blacks.
I'll fucking take it. I'm about to give you a wrench.
Yeah,
this is my new friend on the show.
If you're not playing basketball, if you're not playing football, let's say you're playing lacrosse. He playing lacrosse. He corny. He corny. He corny. He watched Star Wars. He corny. He corny. You heard him? He said his name is Teresa. He's a black transsexual woman that goes by the name of Teresa. I don't think this man is crazy. I think he's, like I said, I think he's an attention whore. But this is the society we live in. But you know what, though? I really believe that Black Lives Matter should march for him. Your damn kid is a white kid. How can you be that woman's mother and you don't even have a black daughter? You gotta start asking these old people these questions, these old blacks. Your ancestors. Your ancestors sold each other into slavery. We gotta stop blaming whitey for everything. Black people are just as culpable of the slave trade as white people. Your ancestors was knocking you over the head, selling you to the white man. Stop it. Man, Labuto, man, you's a bitch ass nigga. I wish I could see you. You ain't seeing shit, nigga. And around black people, you gotta put on this tough exterior, walking around like you hard. I'm tired of that. Aren't you? Guys, if you're wondering why my shirt looks like this, I spilled water right before I camped up. You have a lower tier vernacular.
What determines that? What determines that?
Sir, your vernacular sound like the Queen's English, sir.
What determines that?
The Queen of England. You too damn smart to be picking some dude like this. Quan Main. What kind of crazy? Think about the name in itself. Quan Main. I'm dating some dude named Quan Main. Her friend should have said, what? We need to start shaming these types of behaviors. Quan Main. What's your name? Quan Main. What kind of crazy shit is that? You know, black people are the only people I know that say shit like, man, he corny. Man, you Jake, my nigga. Nigga 40 years old. Talking about somebody's corny. Ivan G says, T-Rose, why don't you just say coloreds? Sir, let's not be racist. It's fascinating that you go on black panels, they ask you a fucking question, and you can't give the answer. This is a problem in the black community. The only people who restrict my freedom
you said you were Mr. Carlton Banks.
It's not Carlton Banks. It's not Asian people.
You need to calm down.
Particularly black women.
Your pocket protector is in a bunch.
You niggas commit a lot of crimes and you know it. You are
your
single mothers and you know it.
Are
stop lying. You wouldn't park your car in the hood and keep that door unlocked because you know a nigga will take the damn car. You don't like niggas just as much as I don't like niggas. Just as much as Divine don't like niggas. Show us your hood right now. I bet you go outside of a cul-de-sac and you got a 12-bedroom house. You don't drive a hoopty. You're lying. You drive a BMW. Show us your car. Women, you ever try to throw a black woman in a swimming pool? No, don't mean to pull my hair. That you think that's some new shit? They were acting like that in 1854. Don't throw me in the pool. In 1854, and they were acting like that in 1444 too. I want the chat to notice the primitive rage in Reggie and Rogish's tone. I believe that every zoo in Africa should have a pair of these people. Here goes the thing. Look at how filthy and disgusting.
Okay, so he get it off like
Look
that.
at how filthy and disgusting that was. What he said to me.
Let him get it off. Then you can reply.
Now he's talking about.
You don't even know what
African
he's saying.
motherfucker calling me a monkey. Is
Now,
a really big insult,
I didn't call you a
dog.
monkey, sir. I said that every zoo in Africa should have a pair of you. I didn't call you a monkey.
You acting like a very good slave primate right now.
No,
With all that
I'm
fucking
trying to
white
talk because
foundation
Mark
that
asked me
your
a
ass is
question,
operating
sir.
by.
Sir,
Your
I'm trying
conditioning
to
in Cleveland.
Come on,
was fucking
Slug.
amazing.
I'm trying to have a
It was
conversation,
amazing.
Man, you got the bedroom voice anyway.
I have a conversation.
We can't even hear you with all that.
I didn't come on here disrespecting you,
unless you in a 1-bedroom house with no living room, no car, no nothing.
Now,
hold on, bro. All of that.
Now Reggie set up a scenario of a bukkake. Now that's absurd. But here goes.
That's what you be doing.
Reggie, can I finish, please, sir? Thank you, sir. Here goes the thing, sir. You could say all you want about me and white people, this, that, and the other. I could almost bet you're wearing the white man's clothes. You're on the white man's computer. You got a white man's car outside. You probably got a Benz, a BMW. You wear the same thing every day, my nigga. Shut the fuck up. Sorry. No, I'm not about to lie. I'm not about to address you. You know, you're a wild savage. I tend to avoid people like you in real life. You're ignorant.
Me too.
I asked a question to a group of people last year. I said, would you rather have $10 or front court tickets to the WNBA or any WNBA game? They said they'd rather have $10. Only people who ask me why you're smiling are niggas. Man, why you smiling all the time, nigga? Because my life is awesome and I just love existing. Man, fuck that shit. It's grimy out here. Like, it's grimy out here. What the fuck are you talking about? When you're around white people, it's different. Kevin Sells, you're always positive. I just love being around you. It's different. You got to understand.
I didn't say nothing about Kevin. So
no, I know, but you know, I want to address what you said about where do they know me from.
Okay.
You see, when blacks like, you know, Rogeesh and Brandon see a superior black, that bothers them. So they become immediately
You ain't
jealous.
black.
See,
You
they're
African.
Y'all ain't got no self-control.
They don't, because they're animals. They
Y'all
can't
lose.
help it, Mark.
And-
Are we supposed to have control when he calls us animals?
Oh, I'm calling you what you are.
Can I take a tour of your house?
I'm like, for what? Why? It's just a house. People have been living in houses for thousands of years. What? Why? Oh, shit. Excuse me. Excuse me for a second. Sorry. Wow. Okay. I had to get some water. I will have children the day that I think that I'm responsible enough to have them. And I stand by that answer. Rich, go ahead. Ask me if you're 1,000 questioning me to death. Go ahead.
All right. Okay. Well, you have no children for a reason.
Why is that, sir? Why don't I have any
And
children?
it's not because of your choosing.
Why? Why?
Women didn't want to have children by you, nigga. Straight up. I mean, that's how. That's.
Let me go and get him a bottle. Again, I have nothing to prove to anybody, especially a drunk 60-year-old in his car in the middle of the day in California. When blacks like these see a man who's upright, speaks well, a man who's positive, they don't like that. They're following me, Mark. Mind you, I don't know Rogeesh. I don't know Brandon. You asked them, how do y'all know this man? They're following me. Now, here goes the thing. If I was a drug dealer, if I was a gangbanger, if I had baby mamas all over the city, if I was a nigga who just talked ignorantly, oh, they would love me. They would love everything about me. Ignorant. Now, to address what Rogeesh said about Kevin Samuels, let's assume I am copying off of Kevin Samuels. What is so wrong with being like Kevin Samuels? A man who wore suits, a man who talked with proper diction, a man who was properly groomed. What's wrong with being a Kevin Samuels? See, this is a problem in the black community. See, the new Kevin Samuels is what the nerd was 20 years ago. You know, like blacks and ignorant nigga blacks would say, you a nerd. Laura says CT likes beach volleyball. Laugh out loud. Don't lie. Yeah, beach volleyball. Preferably freshman, sophomore, college girls playing. Not be, it's it's triggering. Oh, I'm unsafe. So when someone asks you about the transparency of your nonprofit organization, it's unsafe and it's triggering. Patrice, cut the BS. You are a race profiteer and you are profiting off the blood money of dead black men. If a woman is ugly, she should be paying your bills. Hear me out for a minute. If a woman looks like Steely from The Color Purple, you have to be paying your bills as a man. Well, my ancestors did this. My ancestors did that. Well, your ancestors were also twerking. No, they weren't. That has nothing to do. No, they weren't twerking. They stop it. They were twerking.
Try to elaborate on some old scientific higher thinking shit. That shit sound dumb as fuck.
Just like a nigga.
And all this other shit.
Just like a nigga.
Just like a nigga, man. Reggie, you just stick to boxing, sir. You stick to doing some primal, primitive, physical shit and leave the smart, intelligent shit to me. Because I hate to say this, but I'm going to say it. If it were not for the advent of the European coming into Africa, our ancient ancestors would still be living in mud huts and building fishing boats. It It took an invading military, an invading force to kick out that primitive nonsense and made us a stronger racial group. When I told black people that I was voting for Trump, black people got mad at me. Why are you voting for Trump, man? Why can't I vote for Trump? Why can't I have an opinion? I'm 37 years old. I remember back in the 90s when every nigga was rapping and had Trump's name in their damn mouth. So the fact of the matter is that I was always different. Growing up, I never really valued wearing Jordans. When I would say, hey man, we worry about clothes too much. We worry about tennis shoes too much. People got mad at me. People got mad at me because I said, I don't want to rock Jordans. I would rather rock Shaqs. There's two genders. You're either male or you're female. It's not police. I'm a mathematician, bro. I'm a research fellow, bro. I'm real renowned, bro. You mean to tell me Mr. Smarty Pants over here, he called Ben Shapiro a bozo? I wish I can go back to the ages of 18, 19, or 20 because I will be a greedy, selfish mother.